Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the limited edition Ninja Battle Morpher from Power Rangers Ninja Steel. No box to go over in this. It's basically like 99.999% identical to the regular one. Even the back shows the regular one. But so anyway, we are continuing the traditions of repaints of the Morpher. This isn't necessarily actually that new of a tradition. I mean, we did repaint the Six Rangers for Battleizer stuff, and we got stuff like the Overdrive Tracker Turbo Edition, which I just recently reviewed, and then stuff like the Mystic Force Fury Morpher. But more recently, it's become sort of a, I don't know, noticeable pattern, I guess, with Dino Charge last year. I guess it's only one pattern. I don't even know where I'm going with this, guys. I'm just prattling on. But the point is, they did it for Dino Charge. We got the green version of the regular Dino Charge Morpher, and then the white version of little mini Tira. So, and this one is not really as cool. I mean, none of them really made very different sounds, and by that, very different, I mean any different. But at least because I liked the Gabba Revolver / Dino Charge Morpher design, was happy to have it. For that, and I thought the colors looked kind of neat, but this is honestly pretty dull. I mean, maybe some people like this color scheme. It's not a terrible color scheme, but it's just the way they went about it. But let's go ahead and jump in. I've been talking for a minute about nonsense. But yeah, it's the exact same Morpher. These symbols are all the exact same. It's just silver and blue instead of that sort of red and gold color. And like I said, it's not an awful color scheme. It's just because of this is such a plasticky look for the gray, it makes it look like a cheaper version, and it just doesn't come off quite as cool looking. Here it is just right next, oops, sorry. So I just apologize to the Morpher, but here it is right next to it. And see, like, it's like the same material, just different color, but I think that the red plastic just looks less cheap. It could be me, but I'm pretty sure it's not just me, but yeah. But otherwise, it's the exact same. So it just doesn't really work. I'm not sure what color scheme they could have used. I was thinking, like, it would have been neat if maybe they colored after one of the auxiliaries, because I was thinking back to when Jungle Fury had the claws in an Elephant Ranger version that was a Disney Store exclusive, which was sort of more official because, you know, oh, the camera's freaking out, because, you know, the Elephant Ranger's real and it was on the figure. But then I realized this is actually the color scheme of the UFO Zord. But yeah, it's just not that great. You can still do all the modes. You can do the sword mode here, like that, and then the claw mode is basically, where is it here? Let's pull it out here. You know how it is. It's always right after I cut my fingernails. And I feel like there's a better way to do it, but I'm just not. There we go. Push, there we go. So there, the claw mode. And then you can, like, make the bow mode. But obviously you can't actually pull it back, like on the Karakuri Hengen, where you could actually pull that back. So, like, you can do it. It's a shame they took that out, because whether it be for this one or the original, that was a really neat feature of the Karakuri Hengen, and it made it cool. It could have made this Morpher even cooler, but yeah. And I didn't really expect them to. I thought it could have been a neat selling point of, hey, this is a repaint, but we added back in the bow. That would have been neat, but then I also simultaneously would have been mad that the original wasn't like that, but the random repaint was. It comes with basically just altered versions of the 2 stars that are included with the original. You get red and yellow, except they are done in the color scheme of this. I have to give them props for at least changing the color scheme. Like, I thought they just changed the foam, but they did change the innards to gray instead of black. So at least they made it match, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, I think these look even more boring and cheap than usual. I think it's also because they used this just straight up foam background, which they said that they fixed, and they're now limited edition in the original run, because now, like, you know, all the other ones have the little sort of carved designs. So it's funny that these aren't the carved designs. I think they should have been. It would have made them look a little bit better. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take a look at the sounds. Just like the other one, it's gone off and try me. I just had it on. So you turn it on, you get that sound. You press this button, you have 3 attack sounds. Yeah, so it just does that. And then when you put a star in, activation noises, and then twist it around. There you go. It says that, press the button. Then if you press it again, get those noises, same noises again, no different variations. And it's the exact same sounds as the original, unless there's some sort of difference in the clashing sounds that my ears aren't picking up because I didn't memorize it. It's the same. Same voice. There's a chance it's quieter or louder, but it's not enough for me to really take serious note of. You still just take it out like that, which is kind of dangerous because it might rip off. This one actually feels easier to remove them from. It could just be me. It could be the case where some of these are easier to deal with than the others, but I don't think it's because they fixed it between releases, honestly. All right, so then we have yellow. Fine, don't need to make a noise. Jeez. But I have the same problem with the original one. There we go. And then the same noises. And that's pretty much about it. I mean, I'm not going to go through the process of using all the Ninja Stars I already own on it because it's going to be the same. If you're interested in hearing those sounds, if you haven't heard them before, it will be on the playlist should be on for Ninja Steel reviews, and I'll link somewhere, I will link somewhere, rather, excuse me, the review for the original Morpher. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for this thing. Unless you're like kind of a completionist like me, or like this color scheme really calls to you, I can't really recommend picking this up. There's not enough different. I didn't really expect there to be, I guess. I mean, it would be cool if they did do some different sounds or something a little more different for these, but in general, they're just kind of for people that are completionists or the color appeals to them. It's just kind of especially disappointing because this Morpher was kind of a disappointment in the first place, and then Gold Ranger's is also going to be a variation on this. I think his has at least something slightly different to it, and should have different sounds, hopefully. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the podcast at writersrangerambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.